Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So in this video, I'm going to basically be showing you guys some clips of our food that we ate there in Indonesia, along with some random clips of our trip, just our overall adventures, just to give me some time to kind of walk you through some of the food and explain some of the food, and also just, you know, provide visuals for other parts of Indonesia and other things you can expect to see on your vacation or on your trip there. So we did overall spend a total of 5 weeks out there. It was great. It was amazing. Would highly recommend going there and exploring just not only Bali but other islands as well. For instance, we did go to Nusa Penida, Lombok, Java, Nusa Lembongan, and we passed by the Gili Islands, but we didn't actually stay there. We were debating whether we wanted to go to the Gili Islands or not. And we were like, not everyone recommended the Gili Islands, at least not as many of the locals. Most of the locals recommended other islands, so we went with their advice, and we're happy we did. We're very happy with how the trip turned out. Now, to start with some of the food, so in the first clip of the video, you're going to notice that there is a clip of a McDonald's. Now, I normally do not eat at restaurants that I could eat at back home. That's just my thing. That's my personal preference. But we wanted to see and compare a McDonald's versus a McDonald's in the States. And they're actually pretty similar. They do have some different food items, at least compared to the United States. There's different things that you can't find on the menu in America versus the menu in Indonesia. But as far as fast food chains, there's a lot of chains, American chains in Indonesia. For example, a couple are like a Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's. There's a lot of American brands over there, and it's going to vary based off of your general location. If you're in a higher density populated area or higher tourism area, you're going to find more chains. If you are in a more rural area, you're not going to find as many American chains out there. But in general, you will usually find them where the tourists are at. Now, we actually quite surprised to see that a lot of tourists do eat at these fast food chains, these well-known fast food chains. And the reason we thought this might be is because people are just comfortable with those brands. They know what they are, and they probably feel safer eating some of those foods. That's our thought process. We're not really sure. Or maybe just everyone's like us and just wanted to try it and compare it to the fast food chains back home. I don't know. But you will see that a lot of people do eat at these places. Now, to talk about some of the local foods, there are basically like, I don't know, little tiny houses, huts, I'm not sure how you want to call them, little diners. And then there are also food carts for mainly what you're going to see there is the locals eating at these places. The tourists are usually going to eat at the little higher end, fancier places. But again, at the food carts, sometimes the food is stored there for hours in the sun, in the temperature, whatever it is. There is no, food safety. There is no food regulations. It's pretty much, the food's there. It's been there for hours and soaking in the sun all day. And it's kind of up to you if you want to eat it or not. We personally did not, and the reason for that is because we don't want to get sick. Now, again, there was a lot of people eating these at these places, but they were locals. So the locals have a stomach that probably can, stand up to these types of foods. Our stomachs are not used to that. So that's the reason we were like, no, let's not risk it. We don't want to be sick in a third world country on vacation or traveling. So that's the reason we didn't do it. But now we did in Java, we stayed in Lamonjay. I think Lamonjang, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. But there wasn't a whole lot of options. We were kind of out in the middle of nowhere in a sorts. We did end up finding one nice restaurant later on. But our first day there, we ate at a little local diner. And again, this is just my experience there. I'm not going to name the restaurant, but we ate there. Now, you guys are going to think I'm crazy or I'm lying, but we walked in. The young lady was cutting her toenails right in front of us at the counter. No gloves, no nothing. Now again, in America, cutting your toenails where there's food is a little bit of a not such a welcoming food establishment visual, I guess you could say. So we were a little turned off by that, but we were like, you know what, this is one of the better places in the area. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So I ordered some ribs, and my fiance Hannah, she ordered some chicken. Now the food came out. As soon as the food was coming out, I was smelling some rotten meat, and I could tell it was beef. Sure enough, it was my ribs. My ribs had a little bit of an odor to it. And again, we just came off a flight at this time too. We've been walking around. We haven't even eaten all day because we've been at the airport. We were starving. So I put aside my my disgust for the smell, and I went ahead and ate it. I didn't necessarily get super sick, but I did get little TMI here, but I did get the runs for about a day, and it went away. But that is, you know, a little bit of tidbit of information for you guys, that they don't have the same food safety measures that we have back home in America. So that's just something to keep in mind. Hannah didn't really even touch her chicken. She was like grossed out because my meat, my ribs smelled, so she didn't eat it. She just ate the rice. Rice is kind of a safer option there, is kind of how most people feel. At least that's how we felt as well. Eating rice is a little bit of a safer option versus some of the meat that is there. Now, to talk about some of these good food places. So there's a lot of restaurants out there in Indonesia. We didn't eat at any other fast food chains except for KFC and McDonald's once each on our entire 5 weeks there. The higher end restaurants, or even just the nicer looking restaurants, you'll be able to tell right away if it's a little bit more modernized and a little bit more well kept, and maybe has a little bit more precautions when it comes to food storage. Those places were excellent. Everything was super, super good. I cannot complain about it at all. Now, they do have local cuisine as well that is prepared, I guess, a little bit fresher than just having it sit out all day in the sun. And everything was good. One of the most common meals there is nasi goreng. It's pretty common. It's a lot of rice. Sometimes you can have it with chicken or beef. They'll give you the option. But a lot of the places, even if they're nicer, will still have a little bit of that local cuisine that is, in my opinion, a little safer to eat. And you can feel a little more comfortable eating it from there. Now, there isn't much sodas or anything like that. There's only Sprite and Cokes for those of you guys who like sodas. But there are a lot of smoothies and milkshakes and fruit drinks and healthy drinks, which you can have a bountiful amount of time drinking. All of those, they were great. Every single one we tried was excellent. Some of the best smoothies, some of the best fruit drinks I've ever had in my life, actually. They do have a lot of teas and coffees as well. We did visit a coffee plantation, which they have luwak coffee, which is one of the most exotic and expensive coffees in the world. So you can check out those plantations as well. Those are in Bali. And the luwak coffee, just FYI, comes out of like this little raccoon-looking critter. It's the poop. And they ferment it, I guess, and they make coffee out of it. Just FYI. But yeah, so we actually visited some movie theaters also while we were there. The food at the movie theaters is excellent. We watched 2 movies, actually. We went twice in a week to the movie theaters. We liked it so much. And the food there is great. Service is great. You're not going to be disappointed. They have caramel popcorn. Some of the best caramel popcorn I've ever had, honestly. So definitely give that a try. If you want to try a movie theater, it's fine. You are more than likely not going to get sick from movie theater food as well. They have hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, pretty much everything you would find back home in the States, they have it there as well. Now, one important thing that you're going to have to keep with you is water. Water is not necessarily free over there, and it's not advised to be drinking the water from there as well. So it's a good idea to pack your own water, buy water, and take it with you throughout the day. Especially if, like in this video right now, this clip, we're doing a lot of hiking, and again, you're just gonna have to carry water with you. There is a stream that you can actually collect the water from. Ask the guides before you do so, because you do not want to collect water from the wrong stream. You end up getting sick. But yeah, the guides will let you know which one you can and cannot drink from. Now, this clip, you're going to see, again, a lot of really, really good food. They do have fries. That was one thing we were surprised to see. They do have fries, which is, you know, a dish you see everywhere in America. So we were very happy to see that as well. Again, guys, I hope this was helpful and informational. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.